that this video is going to be uploaded automatically. So on topic 2, we are going to start from topic 2. I remember we exhausted topic 1. So I'm going to be summative in my explanation, but if I get to skip anything that you don't understand, kindly make sure you clarify. If you're not getting me very well, also kindly type in the public chat. The public chat is meant for asking questions. It is also meant for any clarification, any question. So if you're not getting me well, just inform me in the public chat and I will adjust my mic. So I hope everyone is fine. Remember what we covered last time, that is the definition of sustainability. The definition of sustainable supply chain. And just to remind you, sustainability covers 4 good elements. We said if you have to define sustainability, you not skip something to do with what? You're not going to skip something to do with good governance. You're not going to skip something to do with the economy. You're not going to skip something to do with environment. And you're not going to skip something to do with social importance. So of course, the 4 elements makes up what we call sustainability. Asema, and I'm repeating again, for you to remain sustainable, you must observe the environment. You must make sure financially or economic-wise, you are very stable. You must make sure that you have the best leadership, the best management skills. With that, automatically, we shall say that you're highly sustainable. So let's go to topic 2, which is sustainable procurement. Before we cover topic 2, I would like to mention the major objective of this topic. By the end of the topic, you must be in a position to understand the various definition of terms that have been used in sustainable procurement. You must be able to explain the various importance of sustainability. You must be able to explain and discuss the theories of sustainability. And of course, you must also be able to understand the principles of sustainable procurement. Remember, we talked about the theories. We said we have 3 theories that, of course, cover the whole thing of sustainability. We said we have institution theory. We said we have resource-based theory, which are some of the main theories that we have in sustainability. So sustainable procurement, which is our topic 2, what is it all about? When we talk of sustainable procurement, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to understand is that it talks about a process where organizations meet their needs for goods, services, works, and utilities in a way that achieves value for money on a whole life basis in terms of generating benefits. This is not only to the organization, but also to the society and economy. I am saying we guys in procurement. By all means, if we have to have a good reputation, if we to have a goodwill, even to our customers, we are saying we must ensure that we are able to meet our customers' needs by making sure that we give or we offer them our goods with the most affordable pricing. The element of economy now comes. We give them with the most affordable price. We are saying we must be able to give them quality products. The element of economy, value for money. We must make sure that we give them quality products. We don't want them to complain if at all we want to drive, and especially in the area of sustainability. So of course, we must make sure that we offer value for money for the products that we provide. We must make sure also that the products that we are going to provide to our customers are products that have no harm to the society. The social concern now comes that the products that you're going to offer are society friendly. They don't have any negative impact on the environment. They minimize all damages to the environment. And when we do that, we shall say that we are practicing what we are referring to as sustainable procurement. We can also refer to it as the process of acquiring goods, works, and services from a supplier that provides the optimum combination of whole life cost and benefit to meet customer requirements. Remember, we guys in procurement, we are the key guys. We guys in the procurement, we are the key guys in the area of purchasing. We are the people who are going to buy raw materials from the suppliers. So sustainable procurement, now calls for us to evaluate clearly our suppliers in before we provide or we give them any tender. Let's evaluate and come up with a supplier who can be able to offer us an optimum combination. When we talk of optimum combination, it means he can be able to offer us a good price for the products that you're going to purchase from him. He's going to offer us low materials that are environmental friendly, things that cannot harm any environment. So when you buy materials from him, they cannot be able to harm the environment. You're also going to buy things that are socially responsive, things that don't have any harm to the human being. That is what you're saying. So when you do that, just imagine you're the procurement manager in an organization and you want to practice what you call sustainable procurement. What are you going to do? The major procedure now lies, you're going to evaluate the very many suppliers that you have and only remain with a supplier who offers environmental friendly products. You're only going to remain with a supplier who offers quality products. You're only going to remain with a supplier who offers products at a reasonable price. He's not overcharging. He's considering value for money. You're going to remain with a supplier who offers durable and highly performing products. Products that are able to meet the customer requirements. When you do that, that is what you're calling or we are referring to as sustainable procurement. I do hope I have explained that already. So we also have now to ask ourselves, what are the contribution of procurement department to the sustainability objective of the organization? And there lies now the point. Number one, procurement department contributes in the development and implementation of procurement strategies and policies. Remember, when we come up with rules that are going to restrict suppliers from supplying us with goods that have any default, automatically, if we come up with strategies that are going to help us buy quality products from the suppliers, when we come up with rules that are going to restrict suppliers from exploiting us in terms of prices, automatically we are contributing to the overall objective of sustainability in the whole organization. Number two, procurement function also contribute in the design and development of sustainable products and services. We are the guys who amend or improve on the specifications that we have been given by the user department. We must make sure when we are defining a product, we give it specifications that are going to be sustainability enforced. What do I mean by that? We are going to come up, okay, let me just give an example. Assuming that I'm purchasing a phone of this nature, and I'm purchasing it from a supplier, what are some of the things that I should incorporate in the phone? If I state that I just want just any kind of phone without clearly specifying the quality in it, automatically what's going to happen? I will just get a poor quality phone. But when I say that the phone must be able to meet the environmental regulation, and I give a percentage of the enforcement that I require, I say that the phone must be able to have a long-lasting battery, that the phone must be able to have at least clear photos or a good megapixels camera. The phone, you see now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to do the four things that you have talked about. I'm trying to achieve the value for money. I'm going to buy the best phone. I'm going to achieve environmental concerns. The phone is going to be environmental friendly. I'm going to meet the social concern. The phone is going to meet the customer requirements. Look at it. And that all is whatever we are referring to as sustainability. Another contribution is the definition of requirement to improve sustainable materials, components, supplies, and services. We must make sure that whatever component makes up a product, all of them are components that have no any harm to the environment, are components that have quality basis, are components that have value for money. That is what you are saying. It is our work to ensure that every component, every part that makes up a product, at least by all means, is meeting the sustainability criteria. Another contribution, the sustainable and ethical sourcing of products and services. That is another contribution that procurement does. Procurement function ensures that there is ethical sourcing of products and services, and all products and services are able to meet the sustainability concerns. What do I mean by that? Where there is no smuggling of goods, there is no issue of fake goods, there are no pirated products. Things or products are sourced from a reliable source, from a reliable supplier, someone who can be able, that is the supplier we are talking about, someone who can be able to supply goods that are legal, goods that conform to all quality dimensions. The next one we have the management of supply and logistics processes to minimize waste, transport, and other environmental impacts. The explanation of that, we must ensure, we guys in the procurement function, that whatever we buy has maintained the objective of lean management. We are not going to have as much waste from the product that you are going to purchase. We are not going to have waste that is going to have negative impact to the environment. That is saying, we are going to support the essence of reverse logistics. And when we talk of reverse logistics, we talk about we are going to purchase things that we can be able to recycle. We are going to purchase things that we can be able to reuse. We are going to purchase things that we can be able to repack. So, of course, by doing this, we are minimizing the element of waste. So we must make sure that whatever we purchase from our supplier has very little element of waste. Another contribution that procurement does to the sustainability objective of the organization is it monitors the management and development of suppliers throughout the life of contracts and supply relationship to support sustainability performance and improvement. We are saying it is the work of procurement function to ensure that we manage and develop our suppliers so that we can align with them. It is the work of procurement function to ensure that we have the best or the good relationship with our suppliers, to ensure that the performance of the products that you are going to purchase is going to be high. So we must make sure that we have a cohesive relationship with all suppliers in our tires. When we do that, automatically performance will improve. And if performance improves, if the management improves, if we get or we purchase quality products, then automatically we are meeting our sustainability criteria. The next, it is the function of the procurement department to monitor, measure, and report on the sustainability of procurement. I repeat again, it is the function or it is the work of the procurement department to monitor, measure, and report on the sustainability of procurement. We need to be liaising with the top management. Those are the CEO and the other supreme people in the organization, and be reporting to them and telling them that if we do purchase some products at this particular period, we are likely to save cost. If we make a mistake of purchasing this kind of products, we are likely to make a grave mistake for the organization. So we need to act as chief advisors. We need to be reporting to the CEO, to the management every time about the performance of the procurement function in the organization. Those are some of the contributions of procurement function to the sustainability objective of the organization. What are some of the reasons why we guys in procurement should insist in buying sustainable products? In our notes, I have given a number of reasons that we are going that make us go for sustainable products and not go for any other product. And we said sustainable products are products that are able to meet all the sustainable criteria. And the sustainable criteria, I talked about the environment, I talked about the economy, I talked about the social concerns, I talked about the good governance. So of course, products that we are getting from reliable sources, those are sustainable products. Products that are environmental friendly, those are sustainable products. Products that achieves or aim for value for money, those are sustainable products. And that is what you're talking about. So what are some of the reasons why we should buy sustainable products? Some of the reasons include to achieve best value for money. That is number one reason, to achieve best value for money. We do buy sustainable products so that we, at the end of the day, we achieve value for money, meaning that we get durable products, products that can last longer. We get quality products, products that can be able to meet all the customer requirements or expectations. We be able to get products that are performing as per our expectations. That is value for money. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've ever bought a product and you end up regretting. You expected the bread to be sweet, but unfortunately, when you reach home, however how exciting it looked from the physical appearance, when you taste, you are like, no, this is not the kind of bread that I was supposed to buy. That automatically tells that that bread did not meet value for money. But if you buy, let's say, a phone, and then a phone had all the specifications you needed, and then a phone sometimes even exceeds your expectation. You buy a phone, and when you start operating it, you realize that it is very fast in internet access. You realize that the phone has a larger capacity of memory. Automatically, by the end of the day, you shall say, or you shall even tell your friend, this is the kind of phone that you should buy. You shall recommend to your friend. So automatically, that means the phone has been able to achieve value for money. So that is one reason why you should purchase sustainable products. Another reason why you should purchase sustainable product, to fulfill the government commitment to sustainable development. Remember, at this particular time, not only the government but the world, countries are meeting to discuss about the sustainability criteria, and especially at this time of COVID-19, Corona. I think very few economies will come back or go back to their previous position. We are worried as a country of our economy. Are we going to be able to survive these pandemic. Of course, you know, and you're very aware that very many companies have closed down, very many employees have been fired. And what does that mean to the economy? That means that, of course, the percentage of those who are suffering is increasing. And that is now what you're saying. The government is working day and night to ensure that it meets the sustainable agendas. The third one is to be able to withstand increased public scrutiny. Public scrutiny, we usually say the customer is always right, and therefore the customer has a right to ask any query, has a right to purchase whichever the product he or she wishes, and therefore this particular customer, this particular public will be inquiring and be expecting the organization to behave in such a manner that it is going, of course, to be sustainable. So can we be able to answer any other question that is coming from the public? So we mostly do purchase products that are sustainable to ensure that we are able to meet all public or customers' requirements. Number 4, to meet international obligation. International obligation include the international standards. The word requires us to be environmental friendly. We must observe all environmental regulations, and that is why you have had America trying to fight with Korea, America trying because of the manufacturing of nuclear bomb, because nuclear bomb is not an environmental friendly thing. You have seen, of course, our country banning the use of polythene bags. That is something that is of great concern because, of course, polythene bags, that is plastic bags, they don't decay. They are things that are harmful to the environment. The next, to stimulate the market for sustainable technologies. When we talk of stimulating the market for sustainable technologies, we mean, of course, nowadays, I think the competition is so stiff. Every company is trying as much as possible to comply with the sustainability agendas. So, of course, we as an organization, we as procurement fairs should also make sure that we are in line with the global standards of sustainable technologies. We should buy solar vehicles if it is possible, the vehicles that are not emitting any kind of smoke. We should buy machines that don't have any negative impact to the environment. Next, to maintain and improve our standard of living, that is the economy.
Excuse me, sir.
Maintain, yes, please.
Me
for those who have not switched off their mic, that is Jacqueline, Helen, Doreen, Brian. Kindly mute off your mic.
Excuse me.
I'm receiving some echo. Mute off your mic.
Okay, me nimepotea. I'm saying.
Hello.
Yes, I'm saying.
Yes, Brian.
Yes, the subtopic where you are now, I'm not getting it clear.
So if you have any concern, there is a public chat. You just write there down. I will be able to improve instead of unmuting your mic. Is it okay? Any other person? Jacqueline, I can see you are in the mode of listen only. So I think it's the high time we continue or answer any question that arises afterwards. So let's finish the topic. Okay, I can get your question, Brian. Thank you. We are talking of the reasons why we should purchase or buy Brian, we are talking of the reasons why you should buy sustainable products. The reasons why we should buy sustainable products. And I was in this reason, that is reason number 4. Reason number 5, that is to stimulate the market for sustainable technologies. To stimulate the market for sustainable technologies. And I was saying the word is aiming at being technological compliant, being sustainability compliant. And therefore, when we say to stimulate the market for sustainable technologies, we are creating a market for sustainable technologies, meaning that automatically every company will be required to produce things that are environmental friendly, things that are meeting all sustainability criteria for it to survive, and especially in this competitive world. The next point, to maintain and improve our standard of living, we buy sustainable products so that we can improve our standard of living, so that we can have a comfortable life, so that we can live better. The next one is to improve health and the environment. Yes, of course, we buy medicine, we buy food that is going to meet all the sustain. Like in Kenya, when you talk of, and especially in our country, I think there have been several sagas to do with the kind of food that you are getting. You hear the meat stored in the supermarket has some chemicals. You hear bread, some of the breads that are produced in Kenya have some preservatives that have direct negative impact to our health. That is so serious. And that is why we should observe sustainability. We should not buy anything that has any negative impact in the health of human beings. We should not buy anything that has any negative impact in the environment. That is what you're saying. Lastly, we should buy sustainable products in order to save money. We should buy sustainable products in order to save money. Remember, we said we must achieve value for money. Of course, when you buy something that is going to be long-lasting, something that is performing efficiently, something that is conserving the environment, automatically you shall have prevented all the cost. Look at it. If you buy a durable product, automatically it will stop you from buying a product regularly. You'll stay with it for a period of time. That will save you money. If you buy something that cannot get damaged so much easily, automatically it will save you the cost of buying another item. If you buy something that has no great impact, negative impact to the environment, automatically you will not have any other money investing in servicing the environment. That is what you're saying. So the last point was we buy sustainable products in order to save money. Thank you. Those are some of the reasons why we should buy sustainable products. What are some of the principles that guide sustainability? What are some of the principles that guide sustainability? Some of the principles that guide sustainability include: 1, if you want to be sustainable, what are some of those things that you're supposed to do? That is what I'm asking. If you want to be sustainable, what are those things that an organization should do? What are those things that a procurement officer should do? If you want to be sustainable, number 1, you must live within the environmental limits. Living within the environmental limits means you must obey any rule concerning the environment. That is number 1, if you want to remain sustainable. Number 2, you must ensure a strong and health and just society. You must encourage. You want to remain sustainable. You must encourage people to eat well. You must make sure that the staff or the employees' welfare is well catered of. You must make sure that you are in good terms with the society. When you do that, you are not going to receive any opposition. You are going to work strongly you are going, of course, to live longer. You're not going to register. You're not going to have your employees saying that they are not going to come to job today because they are sick, because you have catered much of their health. You have not made them vulnerable to machines that are going to have any negative impact on their health. Another reason, another guiding principle why we should how we should remain sustainable. Achieve a sustainable economy. This is another principle to remain sustainable. Achieve a sustainable economy. How do you achieve a sustainable economy? By making sure you don't overspend or you don't spend in some useless ventures. By making sure you have a lot of saving. By making sure that we don't have any corruption. By making sure that we don't have any waste. That is the only way you can have or you can achieve a sustainable economy. Another guiding principle to remain sustainable. Promoting good governance. What is the meaning of promoting good governance? Of course, it's by making sure that your leadership is the best, your management is the best. Practice democracy. Give people freedom to air their grievances. Engage them when it comes to decision making. Automatically, when you engage people in decision making, they will be part and parcel of the decision that you're going to make, and therefore they will feel that they are part of the decision making. Then we have using sound science responsibly. When you talk of using sound science responsibly, it means don't test. Be cautious of the things that you're doing. Be cautious of science that you are involving yourself with a social concern when you're protecting the society. Don't try an atomic bomb anywhere. Don't shoot a gun anywhere. Have a strategic place where you can try any scientific weapon. Have a strategic place where you can try or maybe test anything that is scientifically involved. That is what you're saying by using sound science responsibly. Those are some of the guiding principles of the way we can remain sustainable. Another subtopic in the area, we have key concerns in sustainability. Key concerns in sustainability. And when we talk of key concerns in sustainability, we are talking of what should we do to remain sustainable as an organization, as procurement function. Number one, minimize environmental pollution as much as possible. Number two, manage waste products from production, packaging, end-of-life products, and so on. In fact, in procurement, we always say that we should not, if it is possible, we should not have any waste material. If we buy water and we pack it in the bottle, we must make sure that the bottles that you're going to pack the water in are bottles that are going to be recyclable. So that the moment the water is drunk by our customers, then we throw the bottles away, we shall take the bottles and recycle them and put water in them. We shall make sure that we don't have, or we shall practice what we call rain management. We shall not have any waste. Another key concern is reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Greenhouse emissions, of course, you're talking of things that can be able to spoil the environment. Make sure you buy or you purchase machines that have no any negative impact on the environment. Make sure you purchase machines that don't have any negative or any harm to the individuals who are operating the machines. The next one, we have minimize the use of non-renewable materials and resources. This is where we usually say non-renewable materials are things like minerals, things that are irreplaceable. We cannot replace them. Things like oil, fuel, talk about them. These are things that the moment we get them, we cannot be able to replace them. We cannot be able to grow them again. So ensure that you minimize the use of them, because the moment they disappear forever. So if you want to remain sustainable, make sure that you minimize the use of non-renewable materials. The other one is design products which are environmental friendly. Products which are environmental friendly are products that do not have any negative impact to the environment. Products that are obeying all the rules and regulation in the environment, those are the environmental friendly products. Design or adapt production process which are environmental friendly, which are clean. That is what you always say. Have production processes that don't have any toxic chemicals, that don't have any harm to the individuals operating them. And when you do that, we shall say, of course, your production processes are clean and resource efficient. Minimize negative impact on communities and social amenities. Yes, make sure you don't have anything that is going to have any negative impact on communities or individuals or the surrounding. Make sure you purchase materials that don't have any negative impact to the society. Ensure the ethical and responsible treatment of labor. Make sure you don't exploit human beings who are working for you. Make sure you don't employ underage, people who are under 18, kids. Make sure you employ people who are healthy. When you do that, we shall say, of course, you are trying to meet the sustainability objective. Build and manage sustainable production capacity. Build and manage sustainable production capacity. Don't overload a machine. Don't overload a vehicle. Use it as per the capacity that was specified for its usage. When you do that, automatically the machines go in, service your machines, grease them, oil them, so that at least they can have a long-lasting impact. Those are some of the key concerns in sustainability. What are some of the features? If you can be asked by anyone, what are some of the features of a sustainable product? Some of the features of sustainable product include fit for purpose and providing value for money. If you find a product that is providing value for money, automatically it means that the product is sustainable. Number two, energy and resource efficient. If you find a product that is resource efficient, a product that is utilizing, a product with minimal waste, that product is a sustainable product. Number three, made with maximum use of sustainably managed, renewable, or post-consumer or recycled materials. If you find a product that is made out of recycled materials, in most cases, we always say that the product is a sustainable product. Number four, the cause of minimal pollution, waste, and emission in its supply. If you find a product that is trying to minimize pollution, a product that is trying to minimize a lot of waste, a product that is trying to minimize emission of any toxic chemical, automatically we shall say that the product is sustainable. Another one, if you find a product that is durable, a product that can easily be upgraded, a product that is serviceable or repairable, that product is a sustainable product. Another one, if you find a product that is reusable, a product that is recyclable, a product that is safely disposable, that is a sustainable product. With that, we term that product as a sustainable product. We don't want to purchase a product that cannot be recyclable. We don't want to purchase a product that cannot be reused. I tend to give examples to my students, and especially when it comes to this. And this is a great perception that I have been having, and especially when it comes to neocolonialism. Look at the computers that we have been purchasing from these developed countries. After using the computers, where do we take them? We find that we just dispose them anyhow. But we fail to remember that these computers have toxic chemicals. They have radioactive elements which have negative impact to our health. So automatically, this is now the major cause of these lifestyle diseases that we are seeing in Africa. In the past, we didn't have diseases like cancer, we didn't have diseases like diabetes, and other serious diseases that are coming up in Africa. But it's because of the way we are disposing our products. Another future for sustainable product is a product that is ethically sourced, produced, and supplied. If a product has been sourced or purchased from a reliable and legal source, we shall term that product a sustainable product. If the product is transparent in the way it has been produced, and that is why you see on the top of bottle tops, maybe a mineral water bottle, you shall find them explaining how the water has been manufactured. They will say the water has been purified, has been filtered several times, so that they can be able to assure you that, of course, the water is clean. That is the sustainability. It's a sustainable product. So from there, we have the other great thing that you can have. Maybe we can discuss sustainable. We can discuss what we call sustainable policy, sustainable procurement policy. And when we talk of a policy, we are talking of rules or regulations that guide procurement. How can we ensure that we have sustainable procurement policies? Or why do we require to have sustainable procurement policies? And I'm defining what we call sustainable procurement policy. I'm saying there is a need to create rules that are going to guide all procurement individuals and all the stakeholders on how to remain sustainable. Why do we have to have a sustainable procurement policy? So some of the reasons include to support and demonstrate to the organization on our support to sustainable issues. We must make sure that in procurement we have a sustainable procurement policy. A procurement policy that is going to tell suppliers that you guys don't have an option, but you must provide environmental friendly products. So one reason why we should have a sustainable procurement policy, in order to show that we support the organization overall objective of sustainability. Number two, to promote sustainability issues throughout the supply network. I repeat again, to promote sustainability issues throughout the supply network. Making sure that we do follow all stages, all series, all processes from when we purchase the product till when the product is going to be manufactured and issued to the customers. We ensure that every stage is meeting sustainability to comply with environmental legislation and regulatory requirements. To ensure that we comply with the environment, that is another reason. To buy more friendly inputs, it's also another reason. So that we must have clear rules so that our suppliers don't have an option but to provide environmental friendly inputs. So that is one reason why you should have rules. To buy, to make more efficient use of resources so that we can minimize a lot of waste. We should have clear regulation, clear policies that is guiding us and telling people, telling all the stakeholders in procurement that they should not have any waste materials. They should be able to utilize the available resources optimally. Another reason, to define the potential contribution of procurement, to sustainable product innovation. To show that we do support product innovation. Product innovation is one aspect of sustainability. Of course, we always aim at improving whatever you have. So, of course, the innovative part of it is a sustainability element. We keep on adding more features, adding more good features on the current products that we are having. So we must show our concern. Another one is to ensure sustainability factors are considered in making or purchasing decisions, ensuring that we don't take anything for granted. When we are purchasing, we are including everything that is protecting the environment, everything that is achieving value for money, everything that has no any negative impact to the society. And then we have to define how procurement will support and comply with the organizational dealings and relationship. This is another reason why we should have a procurement policy. And the reason state that we should have a procurement policy so that we can support the organization by having good relationship with suppliers and other stakeholders. We are the people who deal with suppliers. And therefore, if we make sure that we have a good rapport, we have strategic alliances with these kind of suppliers, then the organization will not have problems with achieving its sustainability goals. I think that is the end. That is the end of our second topic, but we have, that is the end of our second topic, but we have some more notes in your content in that topic. Like, I think there are some of the questions to ask when specifying. It's going to talk much about it. Like, for example, does the item, these are some of the questions that you need to ask yourself when you're specifying materials. Whether the item comply with the environmental regulation, whether the item comply with the social concern, whether the product comply with the economic targets, whether the product comply with the organization's sustainable procurement policies or not. When specifying materials, you should also try to answer questions like, is there a genuine operation need for the item? Can the need be met by substitute items? Could a raw specification be an alternative? Could the item be used more efficiently? These are some of the questions when you're specifying materials to meet the sustainability objectives. These are some of the questions that you should be asking yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our lesson today. That is topic 2. I will now end the lesson from there and give now a room for us to ask questions. So let's go again to our forum. You can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mics and then you ask any question. Unmute your mic now. So, Brian, you have a question? Brian? Christine, you have a question? Yes, Brian. Brian?
Yes.
Yes, ask the question.
Okay, I was asking like this. For you to for you to ensure as a procurement function, for you to ensure that the product is environmental friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Or can you involve the production department to production department to ensure that it fully satisfied and it is fully environment friendly?
Okay, okay. I've got your question, Brian. Brian is asking whether we can consult the production department in ensuring that we have environmental friendly products. It's always good to consult, Brian. I think we guys in procurement work in hand in hand with all other departments. We call them the user departments. Sometimes these departments advise us on the correct products that we need to purchase, and therefore consulting them is a prudent thing. It's a good thing that we can do. We can ask them if we are not sure whether the product meet the production criteria that is supposed to meet or not. We can consult them. Consulting them is not bad. For the rest, if you're still getting me, you can type your question in the public chat. Kindly, there is a public chat there. If you have a question, I will answer it. You can type it in the public chat. Or you can ask if your mic is on. I think I have given now the platform of you now unmuting your mic. Christine. Jacqueline. Brenda. If you don't have any question, kindly write no question. If I mention your name, if you have a question, ask it there. Vivian, do you have any question? If you don't have any question, type it there in the public chat. Helen, if you have any question, type it in the public chat. Lemayan, if you want any clarification or any question, type it in the public chat. If you don't have, type no question. Marianne, if you have any question, type it in the public chat. Jacqueline, I'm saying if you have any type of question, type it in the public chat. I'll be able to answer. It's now an interactive session where you can ask me any question now. You can still unmute your mic. I will still hear you. If you have any question, like how Brian has asked his question. Vivian, do you have any question? If no question, type it there. Erin, if you don't have any question, type there down. If you have, kindly ask. Lemayan, if you have any question, type it there. If you don't have, type there. So I think most of you are commenting they don't have any question, but you should be having a pen and a paper so that you can be highlighting whatever you are talking about, so that if you have any area that you didn't understand or you have not understood, then I will not mind clarifying or repeating it. I will not mind repeating it. So I think this is the high time. Brian, I'm waiting for your question. Anyone else with a question? Just reminding you that we are recording the classes. Like today, I only have 10 students who have attended my class. Be checking on the class attendance register so that you can know whether you have been ticked present or absent. This platform is acting like a normal class. It's supposed to be a 3-hour interaction. So from here, this is not the end of our lesson. It's still 10. I have a discussion forum, and I realize that most of you did not contribute last week on the discussion forum. Ensure that you participate in the discussion forum and in the chat provided. There is also a chat. Ensure you answer the question that has been asked, discuss, let's interact. Brian is asking a question: what are the consequences of the procurement department not adhering to sustainable procurement policy? That's a good question, Brian. That's a good question. What are the consequences of the procurement department not adhering to sustainable procurement policy? Thank you. It seems you have been following. Some of the consequences include, if you don't have a sustainable procurement policy, you are highly likely to receive low quality products from the suppliers. That is one consequence. You are highly likely to receive low quality products from the suppliers because you don't have any rule, you don't have any guideline. Another consequence is there are likely chances that most of the goods that you're going to get from suppliers are either going to be smuggled goods, pirated goods, or fake goods, because your policy or you don't have anything that is stating the originality or the legality of the products. You did not tell the supplier clearly where to get the material, so they can get it from anywhere. Another consequence why procurement department should be having now a sustainable procurement policy. Another consequence is if they don't have a sustainable procurement policy, there are likely to be a lot of corruption, there are likely to be a lot of fraud, there are likely to be a lot of corruption, and this does happen between the purchasers and the supplier. So you'll find that some individuals, some personnel in the procurement department can collude with suppliers either to get goods which are supposed to be priced at a lower price at a high price, because you don't have any rule that is defining it. Next, automatically, if you don't have a procurement policy, you are likely to buy goods that have negative impact to the environment. Goods that are going to spoil the environment. So automatically, this would have serious detriments on your customers, and hence, your reputation is going to be ruined. So of course, if you don't have a procurement policies, or else whatever you're saying, if you don't have rules and regulation governing your organization, your procurement department, you are likely to have negative impact. You're likely to have goods priced very highly. You're likely to have a lot of corruption, or else other things that we have mentioned. I do hope Brian have been able to answer. There are very many answers to that question, because you look at, if we don't have rules and regulation in an organization, what are the likely challenges? And of course, that is what we are discussing. We are likely to receive materials that are of low quality. We are likely to receive materials that are overpriced. We are going to receive materials that have a lot of waste. We are going to receive materials that have negative impact to the health of human beings. We have look at it. There are very many answers to that question. Thank you. Any other question? Jacqueline, I'm waiting for your question. I can see you typing. It seems you have resumed. I have been asking. So I'm waiting for your question, Jacqueline. Any other question from any member? So I'm still reminding you, from here we are going to the discussion forum. There's a question that I'm expecting you to reply. I want us to discuss so that we can have a relay for that. This is an interactive session with the group members. So it's the high time you clarify anything that you did not understand. But just be remembering that with sustainability, we talk about good governance, we talk about better economy, we talk about society concerns, we talk about our economy, or what we are referring to as value for money. Always be remembering that we shall be rotating around that every time. That's supposed to be ever at your fingertips. I'm still waiting for Jacqueline's question so that we can end our lesson. Jacqueline seemed to have disappeared again. And therefore, if we can't find any other question, I cannot see Jacqueline again typing. I don't know what has happened. You can still, I can see your mic is on, Jacqueline. You can ask a question directed to us. So instead, I think she has stopped typing. This is the high time we close or we end our lesson. Let's go to the discussion forum. That is the end of our class. I have said at least we have 10 individuals, 10 students who have reported. Kindly remind your colleagues to always attend our class. Our class, in most cases, given allowance, it is started or is going to be starting at around 8:30. Given allowance for everyone to attend, because today we have delayed. By 8:30, if you can see from the photo, I was already in the big blue button. But we were only 2, so I had to wait for the rest. Thank you so much. Let's go to the discussion forum. I beg to end my meeting.